In the previous video, we learned that we can add and subtract like terms in an algebraic expression to simplify them. And so in today's lesson, we will be discussing everything related to multiplication and division operations in our mathematical expressions. If you remember in the first 6 rules of chapter 21, one of them mentions that we are going to skip multiplication signs when we write expressions. For example, 3 multiplied by x is just 3x, 3 multiplied by x multiplied by y is just 3xy. And so hopefully it would make sense that when seeing a term like 3kwxy, you are able to comprehend it as 3 multiply k multiply w multiply x multiply y. So basically this quote-unquote new rule is basically just saying the flip side of the first rule, in the sense that you should skip the multiplication signs when writing expressions, but at the same time, you should also know that this expression involves multiplications even though there is no multiplication symbol. So there you go. Okay, before we discuss the next new rule, let's also recap another old rule from chapter 2.1, which is that division operations can be written as fractions. So let's say k divided by 4 is just k over 4. And to add on to that, understand that 2k over 4 actually just means 2k divided by 4, and the 2k is a multiplication, so it means 2 times k divided by 4. This is really important to recognize because numbers on the numerator are considered as one term, and it is only divided by the denominator term. That means the division operation only takes place between all of the numerators and all of the denominators. Everything on top divided by everything on the bottom. So let's look at an example to see why this is so useful. Let's say perhaps 60xy over 5x. If you understood what we have just discussed, then this should make sense, which is that 60xy over 5x is the same as 60 times x times y divided by 5 divided by x. Here's where the magic happens. We can rearrange this as 60 divided by 5 times x divided by x times y. Notice that I did not change anything in the expression except for the arrangement of the numbers and variables. Then we can simplify. So 60 divided by 5 is 12, x divided by x is 1, and multiply by y. And so we get 12 times 1 times y. Anything multiplied by 1 is itself, so 12y is your final simplified expression. Now, you don't have to break it down the way I showed you as long as you understand the concept. You can simply just do the simplification directly on the fraction itself, but make sure you get it right. Okay, so let's try to prove the concept again, and we are going to substitute the variables with a number for the unsimplified and simplified expression. So for 60xy over 5x, let's substitute x as 2 and y as 3. That means that we will find ourselves 60 times 2 times 3 divided by 5 times 2, which is equals to 360 over 10 equals to 36. And for the simplified expression 12y, in this case there is no x, so we don't have to substitute for that, never mind. But again, we're going to substitute y as 3, and let's see what we get. 12 times 3 equals to 36, and would you look at that. Again, what we see here is that both the expressions, they are the same and they give the same answers when substituted with the same number. But obviously on the right side here, 12y is a much simpler expression compared to 60xy over 5x. And hopefully that gives you enough of a reason to always simplify your expression. Okay, that is it for this chapter on simplifying algebraic expressions. For any questions or concerns, you can check the description box or leave a comment below. In the next video, we will attempt some exercises to practice for everything that we have learned in the past 2 videos, and I hope to see you there. Take care.